All right, we're back in the studio. It's another episode of Rufus the Villain with Zolana and Jacob. What's up, guys? Say hello.
Go. What's going on?
Oh my God, good times, good times. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what's up?
Tonight we decided to do just like a fun random episode. We're gonna talk about '90s Saturday morning cartoons, some early '80s cartoons too, right?
Some of both?
Yeah. I one of my favorite things in the world was like waking up and hanging out with my mom and my dad watching Saturday morning cartoons. Like that was some of my favorite memories. Like I get the cereal bowl, sit down with my dad, and my mom, and there's nothing to do that day. One of the big ones my mom watched with me was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And my mom loved Master Splinter.
Who didn't?
No, yeah, agreed.
Splinter was the man.
Yeah. You had a lot of the toys, which I ended up with.
You ended up
I
with.
still
My
have
dad. My dad just randomly decided those were yours. That's cool.
That's cool.
He told me after the fact.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
That's dirty cool. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
still have 90% of them.
G.I. Joes too.
G.I. Joe is there. Wait, we're saving that for later. What are we gonna do later?
We're gonna do a little top 5, and then we're gonna find 5 songs, theme songs, and see if you can figure out which ones they were.
Because
You already did a bunch of them,
because
so
it
we're not
turned-
gonna do some of the popular ones.
Because it turns out that I'm like a low-key cartoon theme song genius.
You get some quick. You get them in the first few seconds.
There was like some random ass ones, like Danny Phantom was one I knew off the top of my
How
head.
the fuck?
Oh, So what's a couple of like your favorite Saturday morning memories when you were a kid? Because that's the best part about it, right? Like the cartoons was just like the accent to like waking up and it's Saturday, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, there's no school, you can go. But you know, for our generation, it was completely different. Like we had those big tube TVs, and there was no YouTube. Like these shows are what came on Saturday morning,
Yep.
and that's when you got to watch them.
Yep.
Yep.
I remember with my siblings
Yep.
sitting down with cereal, watching all the different cartoons
That's
that
the
came
best.
on. Like sometimes I remember the older cartoons, like Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle, Rocky Bullwinkle.
I
I used to always try to do a Bullwinkle impression, but I can't even do it, so I'm not even going to make these. Anybody that listens to this, I'm not going to subject you to my horrible Bullwinkle impression. But it continues.
I think you should do it.
No, I can't. I forgot how to do it. It's probably been 20 years.
Nice.
Well, this is the perfect time to bring it out. This is what
Oh,
this
no.
episode's about, man.
Now I'm on the spot. I'll do it later out of nowhere, and you won't expect
Yes.
it. You're not going to expect
I'll
it.
do it. That's the best. I
Bullwinkle.
can't wait.
And now I have to because I said it.
Yeah, you're on the spot.
Okay, so I'm going to have to somewhere in the middle of it.
What is it? 3 minutes and 10 seconds in. you
And
said
that's it.
I
So
see
yeah.
it.
So Mark, so I have to do it by the end. Damn it. Fuck. Anyway.
Perfect start.
Oh, good start. Yeah, so like I said, one of mine was Ninja Turtles. And
Ninja Turtles was classic.
that was the best. Like, I thought the characters in the Ninja Turtles were the best. You know what I mean? Like, think about that in the...
Michelangelo. Who didn't? What young
What
kid
was your
didn't
turtle?
love
What was your
Michelangelo
turtle?
growing
Dude.
up?
Raphael.
Really? Mine was Michelangelo. Yeah.
I always had a thing for Leonardo too. but
Leonardo
it
was the shit,
always
man.
Michelangelo.
See, mine was Donatello.
The
and
nunchucks.
Raphael.
The
I was
nunchucks are the
always
shit.
the weird kid out when it came to that because I was like,
Says,
"Why don't you
"Oh."
like Michelangelo?"
Says, fellow chucker, eh? That's from the 1992 movie. I
Yeah.
think. It was so great. Like one of my things that I really love about the Ninja Turtles is because I discovered them. God, we were like 8 or 9.
Oh yeah.
And they
Probably younger than that even.
yeah, and they'd
Had
already,
to have been.
and they'd
Had to
already
have been.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like I remember having like the pajamas and shit.
Cause that one didn't it come out in '89? No?
I think so, yeah.
something like that. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
that was a good one.
I remember like OG Ninja Turtles came out, like it was all black and white and it was a comic book and everything like that. But one of my favorite things about the Turtles is how they've kind of evolved throughout the years. And they're to this day in 2020 they're still putting out new Ninja Turtle cartoons and movies. Like Jake said, the first one came out in 1989.
Something like that. Whatever.
I'm gonna guess that's what it is. But it's the Turtles have
Seems around about that time.
yeah, and I think like I asked earlier, I think all of us always identified with the turtle, like, oh, I'm Leonardo, I'm Raphael.
Yep.
And I think my favorite Ninja Turtles episode was probably like the OG episodes when they finally discovered the Technodrome and like they got in this really cheesy fight with Bebop and Rocksteady out front. I just remember that.
Those two were such idiots.
Uh,
like I don't know.
Well, like if you if you watch like more of the new iterations, like the turtles they can actually fight now. But like if you look back at like the 80s cartoons and the movies, there's not really any real fighting going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Came out in 1990.
1990, close enough. But that was one of my favorite movies I saw in the theater. Was the Turtles?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw that one together. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
My favorite one that I saw in the theater that's cartoon oriented was Roger Rabbit.
Nice.
Loved Roger Rabbit.
Please, Eddie. I love when he's showing them the pictures of them doing patty cake.
Yeah,
And he gets all upset.
yeah.
It's like patty cake, patty cake. It's all-
I just always feel bad with the shoe when he puts it into the
dip.
Yeah, the dip, and he just like beep, 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 beep.
That's rough.
Oh, it's so sad.
That's totally Christopher Lloyd too.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's crazy. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, man? That was a good one.
That was so good.
That was when VHS for all those youngsters out there that I had, and it was like in the classic Disney case. It was like all puffy and big, and you'd have to like crack it open to get the movie out.
Yep.
I tried to flick this fucking pencil like it was a cigarette.
I was looking at it and it did. It looked like it was a long ash for a second.
That's
I
what
thought it was an
too.
ash.
Like it fooled
God
all of us.
damn,
I
dude.
literally went to like,
Ash that shit.
I was like, oh shit, sorry
But you
guys.
don't need to. You're good.
We're distracted. Yeah, like I said, this is just a fun show. We did not partake in anything before recording this.
Why would we? That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Never. All right, so let's move on to Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Ghostbusters.
loved Ghostbusters.
Was the cartoon first or the movie first?
I believe it's the movie and then the cartoon.
Because the cartoon was called The Real Ghostbusters. Like the OG one, like, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. It's like they're going to, yeah, I was already doing this earlier, man. I'm gonna try not to sing every fucking theme song that pops in.
It's gonna be tough.
But hey, when we were thinking of shows, I was like, oh, blah, 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 blah.
Ghostbusters also had their Nintendo game too.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good. And that was another product of like the same era. Like if you really think back into that era, they were always like creating groups. You know, like we had the Turtles, we had the Ghostbusters, we had the Power Rangers, like all these other. You know, it's like the Turtles.
Later on in the generation would be Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. And did you ever see VR Troopers?
No.
VR Troopers was it was on the piggyback of the Sentai shows like Power Rangers.
Okay.
It more or less was these kids that had VR powers where they could go into the internet, and this was in the early '90s, so it was really cheesy.
Like Tron.
Yeah, yeah, and the suits were really bad, but it was all the same spiel as Power Rangers. You know, like they had these fancy suits that did different things, and they would get into robots, and the robots would come together, and then the robots would fight. You know,
There's so many cartoons.
like
that.
Big Bad Beetleborgs was another one. Big Bad Beetleborgs. I'm serious.
Did I feel like I just didn't watch enough cartoons when
Yeah,
I was
I
a
know.
kid?
That's all I watched was cartoons. One of my things I digest the most actually is cartoons. Like I just recently watched 2 nights ago. I watched the new Superman DC cartoon. It's called Man of Tomorrow. It's so awesome. It covers when he's like just moving to Metropolis and doesn't have the suit yet, and it's so good. Yeah. Yeah, cartoons. Yeah, cartoons are fun. Do you remember the Police Academy cartoon?
No, I remember the
Really?
movies.
Yeah, the movie.
Well, I was all into the movies, and then the cartoons were one of those. Because like I remember on Saturday mornings at a particular time in my life, it was probably like 88, 8 or 9. Like Ghostbusters would come on, and then the Police Academy cartoon would come on, and then Ninja Turtles would come on. That was like a specific time. I don't remember when that. I think I was going to Myers-Ganong Elementary School.
that would have been before we met.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked it because it was all the same characters from the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I doubt it was all the same voices. But that one, like Bobcat Goldthwait, you remember? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you remember Police Academy, right?
I remember the movie was made.
Yeah.
That's about it.
The movie.
The movie
The
was
one
made.
movie, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm guessing there's multiple, and I'm
Yeah,
just
there's
a
like,
lot of
I
Police
don't
Academy.
know.
I think I want to say there's like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm the worst person with movies.
Yeah.
I just forget them.
There's nothing wrong with that. How about Pirates of the Dark Water? Am I the only one that saw that?
I think so.
It was a cool cartoon where it was like a dystopian world where these people lived on sailboats and they roamed around and there was dark water. It was like tar that would like swallow your boat and kill you.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, the whole thing is that they had to avoid that, and it was a '90s cartoon. Huh? Don't look at me like that. It was a cartoon. I swear, I'm not making it up.
I never saw it. You must be making.
What about the X-Men cartoon? That was the best.
Yeah, definitely saw it.
I loved the X-Men show. That was I used to watch that with my mom actually because she used to watch that one with me.
For a lot of people our age, the X-Men cartoon was their introduction to Marvel Comics.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, you got your classic Wolverine, your classic
Rogue,
all the characters.
Professor X.
And
all
now,
that
one of the
stuff.
cool things about that cartoon is they stuck really close to the storyline that was going on in the comic books at the same time. Like I remember that voice for Logan, that voice for Wolverine. Like when I read the comic books, that's what I hear. I'm drawing a blank at that guy's name, but the guy that played Cyclops just died like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
know that.
yeah. But I think that had one of the most iconic theme songs ever. I'm gonna keep doing it. I swear.
Do it. We're still waiting for the Bullwinkle though.
Shut up! I forgot
I was just
about
gonna
that.
say that. That's why I was like,
I can't even think of what to do as Bullwinkle, man.
Well, just think about it while you're talking about other.
Well, don't
TV
ask me to
shows.
help you because it would come out even worse than what
Bullwinkle.
you're gonna.
You can do it too.
Bullwinkle. I can't even think of it now. I'm like, what does Bullwinkle even sound like? Again, I can't even. That's horrible. I'm literally sitting here like, what could I possibly say as Bullwinkle? Like, I don't even know. But anyway, let's keep
I don't know.
going.
I have Yogi on
That's where
Yogi
my
Bear
mi-
stuck in my head right now. So that's not even close to.
That's what pops into my head is Yogi Bear's
Yeah.
voice. So.
Yeah, it's that one's.
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo boo. Yeah, it's picnic baskets. Hey. I can't even think of a phrase that Bullwinkle's ever said. It's like something under Rocky
It's a
Raccoon.
rock, yeah, to be.
Like I wouldn't even. I don't
Like
even,
I said, my memory is
I don't
so bad.
All right, we're gonna keep it rolling, and we'll figure this out later.
Yeah.
I will accept you doing a voice of Rocky though, as an instead of Bullwinkle. You can do that.
Or what about Snidely Whiplash?
Oh my god.
Ooh, yeah.
Natasha and
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what about the Spider-Man cartoon? The 90s Spider-Man
I
cartoon
like
was
Yeah,
amazing.
that was your jam for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that 90s Spider-Man cartoon was awesome. And again, they followed the formula of the early 90s with the cartoons following the comic book source material. So I enjoyed the hell out of that. It had a great theme song, and I can't do that one because it's all guitar, and I can't think of how it goes.
You're just gonna go. Wee, 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 wee.
It's like, "Nee." That's all I just remember how it starts. Oh, yeah, it's all Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man, Spider Blood. That's how it goes, honestly. And it's just like guitars in the background. Fact check me, because I'm going to get you.
You will.
I will.
He's good at the theme song.
I am.
I'm telling you.
And then the Batman animated series, like we always talk about.
Oh yeah, that was my
Kevin
jam.
Conroy, Mark Hamill. I'm drawing a blank for the girl that did Harley Quinn's voice.
You're better at this than I am.
I
I know the characters, but I don't. I only know a couple of the ones with who play the characters.
Yeah, that's just the thing. That's just the thing that my brain does when I really like something. I'm like, oh, who did that? Like, who was the voice of this? And I
Yeah.
actually wasn't like that until I was in my mid-20s.
Oh
Like,
wow.
yeah, I didn't even think about that at all. Like, who played what? I never named any face or anything like that. But yeah, after a while, I was like, oh, fucking Luke Skywalker is the Joker. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
start paying attention,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Start paying attention to who's who. You know, like LeVar Burton did a lot of cartoon voices for Looney Tunes, like in the late '90s revival. I just can't remember who he did. Like LeVar Burton you know who LeVar Burton is, right? Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow, yeah.
Oh,
Roots,
Reading
right?
Rainbow.
Butterfly in the sky, I can fly twice as high.
Is that right? Was he Roots?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
Take
Roots.
a look, it's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow.
That was good stuff. It wasn't a cartoon, but that was still good
Still
stuff.
good.
It was Saturday morning too,
That was
wasn't it?
yeah, that was right along with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
And what was Remember Captain Kangaroo?
Yeah, I do, but I
That
don't
was
was
remember
more like our
watching it, yeah.
parents' era.
Yeah.
Because I knew it only because of my mom would talk about it.
My dad made me watch it because he thought it was hilarious. but we all know my dad was an interesting guy. he likes a lot of weird shit. He's the one that got me into Three Stooges though, and I love me some Three Stooges. Oh, there was a Three Stooges cartoon. I used to have the VHS tapes of a bunch of their cartoons.
What about the Addams Family cartoon?
Oh hell yeah.
I like that.
How's the Addams Family theme song go? No 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 no.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. The creepy and
Yeah, some of the. I'm. Dude.
What?
Oh, it makes me laugh.
We are having some technical difficulties in this corner over here.
It's all the difficulties' faults.
Speaking of the awesome theme songs, Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Let's get dangerous. When there's trouble, you call DW.
And then DuckTales.
Woo!
Yeah.
I can't not do that. Like whenever I hear DuckTales, it's like this weird Freudian thing, or woo.
Yeah.
I used to love that cartoon. Like it always tripped me out when Scrooge McDuck would jump off and land in a bunch of coins and go in it like it was water.
Yeah.
That shit be like hitting concrete.
I've said that for years, and like when I'd say it when I was a young kid.
It just is.
That's cartoon logic.
Yeah, but little kids don't really have that.
No.
And when you try to give them logic, they
Scrooge
get angry.
Scrooge McDuck was one of my favorite cartoon characters of the 90s, definitely. Because he was like super Scottish for no reason.
That is so true.
I don't know what I mean by that exactly, but like, it seems like they gave him that thick Scottish thing for no reason, because they never like gave any backstories that like Scrooge McDuck was from Scotland. Well, yeah, I guess his last name is McDuck. Well, I guess I just fucking shit on my own shit on my own parade there.
I mean, it didn't have to be named McDuck, right?
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck.
my
Okay.
God.
Then I remember from DuckTales, Mega Duck.
Mega Duck.
He was a duck that he was like a RoboCop, and he had like one wheel for a foot.
Oh yeah, I do.
And
remember
he was
that.
he had this password to get his armor, and it was Blather and Blatherskite.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like his armor would slap onto him, and his armor for some reason had a backwards hat.
Yeah. Yeah. When I
Duck.
picture him, I still picture him from the game.
Yeah,
Like,
Mega
that's
Duck.
where I'm. That's
He's got
where
like
I
a
remember
visor.
him.
He's got like a
Yeah.
visor and a backwards hat, and he's on one wheel.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking, I watched that show so much. I'm all out of like all nostalgic now of like DuckTales, like woo. See, I can't.
I used to watch that with my brother a lot.
And then there was Launchpad McQuack. That was
Was he the one who
he was their
the,
pilot.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say he wore the pilot jacket.
Yeah, Launchpad McQuack, and he was also in Tailspin.
Tailspin.
Yeah,
That was one
probably.
of my favorite shows for sure.
Because a lot of those shows back then would
One I can't sing
always
off the top
like
of my head.
like mesh together. Like,
Yeah.
they'd always have like those overlays of these characters would go to this one. Whoa.
That was just an earthquake, y'all. It is 2020. California's on fire and Arizona's falling apart.
Oh. This is news to me.
Hey, let's continue. So what about Thundercats?
Oh yeah,
Classic
I love
show.
That was
Thundercats.
I just always remember that Thunder, Thundercats.
What is it? What does he say for his sword?
Oh, thunder, thunder, thunder. Oh.
Yeah, but then when he says sword of omens,
Sword of
give
Omens,
me
yeah.
sight before sight.
Well, yeah,
or
he can
something
do
like
all
that.
kinds of stuff with it.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, like give me sight before sight, or give me like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, my favorite villain
Do you mind?
was no, that's He-Man.
Oh yeah, He-Man. How did we not see He-Man yet? Oh,
Yeah, He-Man had was it Skeletor and He-Man?
Skeletor.
Yeah,
I love-
Skeletor was my favorite.
Skeletor is the greatest. He's
Yeah.
you blubbering idiots.
Yeah,
Whoa, I did a Skeletor.
That was pretty
nice.
good.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
That was a good Skeletor. Proud of myself. See, that one came out of nowhere because I didn't think about it.
But then He-Man's sister, She-Ra.
She-Ra. Princess of Power.
Yeah, that
She
was
was-
my jam.
She-Ra was awesome because she could totally kick He-Man's ass if she wanted to.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. She had
What
a
was her
flying horse.
What was I was about to say? What was her horse's name? I don't remember. It was just Pegasus, I think. Something simple like that. She-Ra.
I
Wow,
haven't
I
s-
remember that. Holy fuck.
I haven't
I'm so proud of
seen it in
myself.
so many years. I don't really remember. But I remember I had the castle and I had
Nice.
the horses and the little figurines. But then I got in trouble one day and my mom packed it all up
Oh.
and gave it to like a place that like resells toys. And I remember just being like, man, that was just fucked up. Like as a little kid, even I was like, dude, that's a little overboard.
Right.
But then again, I was kind of a bad kid.
It was kind of. I got my toys taken away on the regular.
I did.
That was one of the cool things about the cartoons that we grew up with is like their toy franchises for like all of them. Like every cartoon that we watched growing up had toys. Mm-hmm. Like, I had my G.I. Joes, I had my Thundercats, I had my He-Man.
I had a turtle bus, a Ninja Turtle bus.
Nice.
And it threw pizzas, and it was totally recalled because it was launching pizzas and like hitting kids in the eyes, and they're choking on the pizzas.
They made the spring way too strong.
Yeah.
I used to have that big Ninja Turtle, the ball
The
layer.
Technodrome?
Yeah, and I used to have my mice run through that thing. You
Yeah,
remember
I
that?
remember
Yeah.
That was the greatest.
That was good times.
Yeah, like they don't make toys the same as these. Oh, I don't know.
No.
I haven't played with a new toy in a long
Well,
time.
They probably have some pretty dope ass toys.
I mean, like toys are so much safer now, but
Everybody's
it's
a
like they
wimp
took
these
all
days.
the coolness away, and that's why they were cool because they were dangerous.
Oh yes, I was thinking about that earlier today, like how nerfed everything is these days.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that we can see on TV, like like I mean, when we were kids, it was just be home before they turn off the street lights.
Yeah. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your
Yeah, we
children
talked
are?
about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just today everything is just so nerfed to I think I mentioned it last time. I think they took away Elmer Fudd's gun. Just
Yeah, dude.
Stupid shit. It's like calm the hell down. There's no reason to get upset about.
Wait a minute. So Elmer Fudd's a hunter, right?
How's he hunt without a gun?
Oh yeah, what's he doing out there, man? I guess there's a lot of little rope traps. But I guess that would be considered.
That's even more
cool.
He's trying to be
brutal.
like Wile E.
Yeah, no.
Coyote now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, he's a little kind of not all there, so maybe he'll just pretend like he has a gun. I don't know, but is that even like I don't know where the line is. I don't know what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do anymore.
That's what I'm saying is like why is everything so nerfed?
Yeah.
There's everything is so like, oh, we can't offend anybody. Like when we grew up, that wasn't a thing. Like we got that, I think it made us good people. We know the difference between right and wrong. But
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
like a big thing with with Jake and I. We played a lot of quote unquote violent video games at that time period.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't turn out violent.
Dude, I remember with Mortal Kombat, and they had like the babalities and the fatalities
That's good
and
stuff.
all the extra ones that you had to get the codes for. And those ones were so brutal. Like, I remember my mom came in one time and I was playing with my brother and I were playing Mortal Kombat, and she was doing like some fatality on me and it's like ripping my spine out or something.
Oh shit.
And my mom's just like, "What are you playing?"
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty much no. Our reaction was we just told her what it was, and she just like shook her head and walked out.
Dun, 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 dun. Mortal Kombat was, dude, and then there was the whole thing with GTA. Like everybody, they were all up in
Dude.
arms about the first couple GTA games.
GTA
It's a
3,
brutal
I
game,
love
man.
that game.
Even the originals, they were still talking about brutal shit.
I don't care, man. They
That's
were
good.
so awesome. That was took a good chunk of my childhood playing those games.
Yeah, GTA is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Do you remember the game Loaded? Loaded was just this game where you're escaping from prison, and it's a top-down shooter on the original PlayStation. And literally all it is a direction button to where you're walking, and the other toggle is where you're firing. So you're literally just escaping prison, just mowing people down. And it was a PlayStation game.
Yeah.
What? No, I don't remember that one. That's hilarious.
It's literally just called Loaded because the whole thing is like you walk over different weapons and your guns change, and like you're constantly being swarmed by people, and you're just like brr, 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 and it's in every direction.
I could keep going on this topic for a while, but
It was about cartoons.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. So I already said Thundercats, Animaniacs. That's
oh, I
good.
love the Animaniacs. I love them because it didn't just have the Animaniacs and it had all the little side cartoons, and that's where, like you said earlier, Pinky and the Brain
yeah.
came from.
Chicken Boo.
Yeah,
A chicken Boo, what's the matter with you? Something about you don't act like the other chickens do. You wear a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a chicken, boo. I did. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm going to have to fight not
Nailed
doing
it.
that every time.
I'm just saying, nailed it.
I'm going to have to
Yep.
fight that every single time. And then what else? Slappy Squirrel. Remember Slappy Squirrel? She was on Animaniacs.
Kinda.
She was the old, like, disgruntled, like, squirrel that lived in a tree.
Yes. I don't know why I was thinking that she was from a different show.
She was, she was based off of somebody, but I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you who. And I always loved that wheel of morality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us which lesson we should learn. And at the end of every episode, and it was a Wheel of Fortune, and they would read something silly
Yeah.
at the end of it. Oh, and then there was Elmira, or
Yeah, no, Elmira was wasn't she with Tiny Toons?
maybe.
I thought she was Tiny Toons.
I just remember it's the Mr. Skullhead show, starring him, Mr. Skullhead.
Oh,
Man,
what,
I
what
guess
was
I
the one
watched
with
a
the
lot of
hey
cartoons.
lady?
Fucking A, but you remember that shit.
What's that?
That one was like, hey lady.
Hey, lady. Oh shit, what was it? That was Animaniacs, yeah.
Yeah.
I always loved the professor. Oh shit, and he was all super German. Yeah, he was bald, and then I don't know. It's just not coming to me, but it was hilarious. And they always made fun of like celebrities because it was on the Warner Brothers lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you brought up a good point because they were like old black and white cartoon characters,
Yep.
and and they lock them up in the Warner Towers to not cause trouble.
Yeah.
It's time for Animaniacs because we're zany to the max. See, I don't know why I didn't do that one already. And then there's one of my personal favorites was Inspector Gadget.
Go go gadget R.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was my shit.
I do. We watched. Oh my god, we
Go,
watched so
Gadget,
much
go.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, I always one of my favorite characters was Penny's dog. And for
Yes.
some reason I can't think the dog's name because he was all super expressive and he was always like. "Woo." And it was so crazy on the last episode they revealed that Claw was literally just the cat. It was literally just a cat. And it
Yeah.
was like a mechanical claw that would pet the cat.
Yeah.
That was in the last one? I remember that. That was only in the last one?
Yeah.
I'll get you.
Yeah. Inspector Gadget had so many silly storylines, and like I always loved the top hat helicopter. He'd fall.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's so many of them where it's like if you really, really made these things, they would so end in something bloody and horrible.
Yeah,
They
and-
would not really work.
They did that Matthew Lillard movie that I never saw. I guess
Oh, yeah. I never saw it either.
I guess he did more than one.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's like 2 or 3.
Penny's dog's name is Brian.
Brain or Brian?
Brain.
Brain.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Hey, at
thought
least
it
you
was
found
Brain.
it.
Fucked it up. Yeah, it is Brain. Yeah, I do remember.
I just remember his collar had all kinds of gadgets on it.
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget, man. They don't make cartoons like that anymore.
That was good.
That was good. It's good times. It was one of those cheesy ones that I watched with my dad. Like I watched Hong Kong Phooey with my dad all the time too.
Yeah,
Hong
my mom
Kong
liked that one.
Phooey. Number 1 super guy. And then we can't have this conversation without talking about G.I. Joe, the real American hero.
Yes. And I love the morals at the end.
Yeah, and knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah, real American hero. G.I. Joe was there.
Cobra.
Yeah. Like I remember, like G.I. Joe was one of those ones that like I had to have the new toy. Every time the new G.I. Joe toy came out, I had to have it.
We had so many G.I. Joe toys. Some of them like my mom had, but we weren't allowed to play with.
Yeah.
Like we never figured out like what she planned to do with those, but we would secretly go and take them out of the bag and play with them. And then when she would come home, we'd back them all back up and be like,
Nice.
"Yeah, we've never touched these. Sorry, mom, but yeah, we did that."
Yeah, G.I. Joe was like when we were kids. G.I. Joe was like the staple action figure that you had to
Oh,
have,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I definitely. You got all of mine. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that was a staple. And then I remember Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, I had a Stretch Armstrong.
I had a Vacman too.
You don't remember the Stretch Armstrong?
I remember
Oh,
the
God, I was
toy,
gonna say.
but I don't remember. There was a cartoon.
It was cartoon, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the cartoon.
Well, the toy inspired the cartoon. It was like
Oh, okay.
yeah, the toy was so popular that and the same thing happened with He-Man. That's how He-Man became a cartoon.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought like He-Man had an action figure.
You should check out the Netflix show, The Toys That Made Us.
Oh, okay.
And they go through all these like He-Man is just a random one that they do. But they go through like Barbie, and it's just all these how these toys came to be. It's really cool.
Nice.
Like my favorite one, of course, is the Power Rangers episode. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
Power Rangers without the action figures, Power Rangers wouldn't be half of what it is. So, but one of the other ones I didn't watch a lot was Scooby Doo.
Oh, I loved
Oh, I watched
Scooby
a
Doo.
ton of Scooby-Doo.
I just that
That's
was one
my
I
sister's
just
all-time
yeah,
fave.
that was one I just didn't watch that much. Not that I
I
didn't
loved
like it.
Scooby
It
Doo.
was super cheesy, but it was.
It's not that I didn't like it.
I did. It's like weird. Like I knew how it was gonna end every single time.
Well,
I
of
mean,
course.
you just
You
know.
saw a lot of.
But it was still. I just loved watching Shaggy and Scooby. Like their interactions and everything. It was just so classic. Like, it would never happen like that. But it was just so funny to watch, in my opinion. I don't know. I always loved watching Scooby Doo.
Sorry, I was eating a
But I
sugar cookie.
swear, I don't like. I know it's always implied and everything that they were stoners, but they're
They'd
so
have to be.
stoners. So stoners.
Casey Kasem.
Yeah, and then Matthew Lillard after that. I did enjoy the live action movies. I can't lie, the live action Scooby Doo movies.
I saw,
Sarah Michelle
like-
Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Those were fun. So the last one I have on my list, and you guys got a huge list over there.
Yes.
But the last one I have on my list is just the OG Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny, Wile E. Coyote, the Tasmanian Devil.
Classic.
They were
Porky
just always
Pig.
on.
They're the
Always
best.
on. Yeah, but they're so good. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some-
Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck.
I love Daffy. He was my favorite.
I don't know, Sylvester and Tweety.
Yep.
Like one of my favorites. I don't remember the name, but it's this. He's a recurring character, and he's like this big bulldog, and he like walks.
What was his name?
when he walks, and he's always the father of this little bulldog, and like either Tom or Jerry or somebody's like
yeah.
fucking with him.
God, what was his name?
And whenever they hit Tom, he goes, "Whoa!"
Butch? Is it Butch?
It might be Butch.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like that sounds right, but then I don't know why I'm thinking Mac.
It could be Matt.
Could be Mac. Yeah. I mean.
I don't know, so
Yeah.
we could just be like, yeah, that's just John.
But I think anybody that heard my description knows exactly what character
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, I like the one where it's the big dog and the little dog.
Yeah.
Where he's just they're like kind of
Gee,
like
boss.
gangsters. Yeah, exactly, like kind of gangster dogs,
Yeah.
and the one's like, yeah.
One of my favorite running gags in all of the Looney Tunes is whenever there's like a big like galoot or a big goof. It's like, I'm going to pet him and squeeze him and call
Yeah.
him George.
Yeah.
And we will go for walkies. And it's always like, I'll call him George. I just remember like when the Abominable Snowman's petting Bugs Bunny's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will call him George. Like, I don't know if you can
Wait,
get
was
it.
that the red guy?
That's a different one. That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
the hair monster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the hair monster. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking that guy for some reason.
Looney Tunes is I'd have to say Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner are probably my favorite out of Looney Tunes. I think that or Bugs Bunny. You can't not love Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
So what's on your list over there? 'Cause that was.
Alrighty, let's.
Did you
check
got a
this
you got a
out.
pen?
I
Pens.
has a pen.
Pencil.
There's a pen. All right. So this is one I remember is one of my mom's favorite shows, and I used to watch it with her in the morning when it came on, and that's Woody Woodpecker. I just remember it being so obnoxious. And I would know that was on because I'd hear that and I'd immediately wake up and be like, well, there's cartoons. Let's go
Yeah,
watch.
exactly. You just hear the noise from a different room and you knew
Yeah,
it was on. Yeah.
exactly.
That's one that I don't remember the theme song. I just remember the nose pecking at the end of the theme song.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I heard the song like right off the bat, I'd be like, oh, that's fucking Woody Woodpecker. It's like ha 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 ha.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't remember the rest of it. I just remember that.
That's,
Yeah.
That was my
that
like
was all I
alarm.
remember.
And then after that, Alvin and the Chipmunks came
Dude,
on.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Totally love that show.
They had so many different theme songs. There's another one I'm drawing a blank on. Like I should know Alvin and the Chipmunks like that.
I know it starts with the dude yelling
Alvin.
out, Alvin.
No, that's the end of the song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's when the show starts.
I still have one of their Christmas tapes,
Oh yeah.
like with like an actual
Yeah, I
tape.
remember that.
Like I hope Santa brings a hula hoop. That's what I want for Christmas. I fucking love Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I
remember when
really did.
I remember Alvin and the Chipmunks versus the Werewolf. That was a Halloween movie when we were little kids.
Oh, I don't remember that. Wow, man.
Yeah.
I must have been in trouble so much that I just lost out on cartoons.
I don't remember some of this shit either. He's just
I
got a
was-
wide memory.
Well, although I played outside a lot.
I guess I do, yeah.
But that's good.
Well, I was a latchkey kid, like I said before. Like, so my dad worked a lot, so I was at home and my babysitter was the TV.
Oh.
So I just watched it. Like, I remember one show I used to watch all the time, just because it was on. This was in like 96, 97, you remember Seventh Heaven?
Yeah, I remember the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
I never actually watched it, but I know what you're talking about.
That was one show that was on the CW before the internet and all that shit, where it was on for like 3 hours in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I would just watch that literally, and then after that was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which was awesome.
Never actually watched that one either.
I liked the movie. I didn't get into the show.
That and Angel, the spinoff Angel.
Yeah, I didn't
So
watch
good.
that one either.
Buffy was so great. They did a musical episode called Once More with Feeling. And it basically, there's this demon that possesses everybody to where whenever they interact, they have to like sing and dance. It's pretty silly, but it's good.
I don't know.
I love me some Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I wave that flag proud.
Okay. Well, I'll just continue not knowing it.
It's all good. So what's next?
Next, we have Tailspin.
Tailspin.
You speak about that. That is your baby.
Oh, I just love the song. I love the show. It was good.
What was Baloo was the pilot.
Baloo.
Yeah, Kid Cloud Kicker. That was the little kid that had the surfboard that would surf on the clouds. And King Louie owned the bar.
Mm-hmm.
That's about what I remember from it, but I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't remember the theme song for that one. I honestly don't.
I know
Ta-
as soon as
Tailspin.
it played, you knew it, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say you remembered it earlier,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah,
when it
just
was
couldn't-
playing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when I hear them, I'm like, oh shit, I remember that. Like, Fraggle Rock. Dance your cares away. Save your worries for another day. Let the music play.
Dude, Fraggle Rock used to creep me out.
It was a creepy show.
Oh yeah, like I don't know. I don't like puppets, Muppets, and like that. I find them extremely creepy.
What?
So
The thing that scared me was like the big puppets or the big Muppets that would eat the Fraggles. Oh,
Yeah.
Fraggle!
yeah,
That was so, and like they put them in cages and make soup out of them and shit, and that shit was scary. And that was
dude. No wonder I was scared of that show.
It was like 1987.
Yeah.
See, that's why I say
And
kids.
then what was it? The trash keep
Yeah.
or trash heap?
Yeah, and it would talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God! Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Then the ones that ate the little, what were those ones called? The ones,
doozers?
the doozers, and they would eat the doozers.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty violent show. Then I think
It really
about
was. The doozers would make buildings out of sugar.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I used to call my sister Doozer. 'cause it sounded
Fraggle
like
Rock.
her name.
I'm gonna have to fucking do a deep dive on YouTube and watch some fucking Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock was so good. That was like right around the heyday of Jim Henson.
Mm-hmm.
The Sesame Street and
Well, they had the Muppets too.
no, yeah.
And then they
yeah.
made a few
the
movies.
Muppet movies.
There was one movie with the Muppets and Sesame Street too.
Yeah, Muppets Take Manhattan. I think. When is that the
Yeah.
same thing? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know their names.
Jim
I just
Henson
know they
made
made them.
Jim Henson made some fucking crazy movies though. That like did you see the Dark Crystal TV show? I didn't care for it. Do you remember the Dark Crystal movie? Really? You never
No.
seen Dark Crystal?
No.
No.
The Skeksis and the Gelflings? No, what I'm
No.
talking about. Oh my god, guys. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
I must have been a lot
sure there's plenty.
shelter.
There was a big Jim Henson movie, and it was like right alongside Labyrinth.
I mean, I remember Labyrinth. I
Yeah.
loved Labyrinth.
Well, Labyrinth undoubtedly did better. But like, there's a huge cult following behind the Dark Crystal, and then Netflix, like 30 some odd years later, did a TV show.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it just looks weird because they didn't try to update any of the special effects. It's still just all the same, like puppets and shit. So
Okay.
yeah.
That, I don't know how I feel about
Yeah,
that.
it's weird. I couldn't get into it. It's like, come on, update it a little bit. And it's been 3 decades. You can make the Skeksis look a little bit more like they're real.
You gotta go with what works.
Yeah, the practical effects. So,
It ain't broke.
Yeah.
Oh, it was broke.
If it's still on for 30 years, how broke is it?
Well, it wasn't on for 30 years. It just came back.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
fair enough. Fair enough.
See, yeah.
Touche.
Yeah. So what's your next one you got?
Aladdin.
The Aladdin cartoon.
Aladdin's.
I love that cartoon.
It was like I said earlier. The only thing missing from that was Robin Williams' voice.
Yep.
That
Yep.
was the only thing missing. It was so much fun.
But so many episodes in, I just kind of forgot about it. Not that I can forget about Robin Williams doing it, but I just got used to the voice
Yeah,
of
you get used to it,
the
yeah.
other voice actor, and
But-
so which just kind of became that's what it was.
And in the cartoon, Genie doesn't have as much power because Aladdin is freedom.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of different. You know, there's a little bit more vulnerability, so they can actually have adventures and not just like snap their fingers and it be fixed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember, my favorite villain was Mos Raph.
Yeah, I always like Scirocco. He was a big wolf that was made of sand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I always liked him because that name is dope, Scirocco.
True.
That sounds like either like a Japanese professional wrestler or some like really high trained assassin.
True.
But I actually looked it up. The word actually just means desert wind.
Oh. Well. Anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was cooler the other way, but.
I always liked the Pooh too, the character of Pooh. Or was it Abu?
Abu.
Abu, yeah.
I'm thinking of Simpsons, right?
Yes, you very much are.
You must leave my sword, never come back. Please come again.
Please come again.
I liked it because Mos Raph didn't even control the dead because he had that was missing his hand.
Yeah, he was the one that summoned Scirocco. That's why it made me.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Get the
because
black
he was like
cloak.
the first like necromancer I came across,
Yeah.
and that's like my favorite power, like that
Necromancy?
people have. Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Like if I could have power, that's what I'd have.
That's it's something to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Necromancy, that's some
Dude,
scary
dude,
shit.
you don't know where dead bodies are, so I could just be pulling these up from nowhere and just being like, yeah, see, yeah, look what I can do. Go minion, go.
I listened to a documentary about necromancy, and those fuckers did some weird shit. Like they would dig up clothes and like wear the clothes of somebody that just died, and
Yeah.
when they would actually skin bodies from the waist down, and they'd call them necro pants.
Interesting.
Yeah, they would like bits and like twigs and berries and all, and they would skin that and then slide it up over themselves, and then they would actually keep coins in the private parts. I'm not making this up.
Dude, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Most people are like, "That's gross." I'm like, "That's kind of awesome."
It's economical. Like it's already there. Just put coins in it.
And use it as a weapon if someone gets too close.
Yeah, like
Just fill it full of coins.
the Smithsonian has and most of this took place in Iceland. So the Smithsonian has a bunch of necropants that they collected. It's literally just skin from the waist down.
Crazy.
Yeah. I took that on a dark turn.
Well, I kind of started it.
So that we got off on that from Aladdin.
It can't be all fun and games.
Not always. So what's next?
Gargoyles going along the same route as Aladdin with Disney.
Gargoyles was so good.
Yeah.
I just remember Keith David was the voice of Goliath. Mm-hmm. And the Gargoyle theme song kind of escapes me right now, but like Goliath is like monologuing over it. It's like it almost sounds like it's like na 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 na.
Yeah,
It's
it almost sounds
Batman.
like Batman's song seems so.
Yeah, and you just hear like the gargoyles like screaming in the background, and yeah, Gargoyles was great. The characters were great. The stories were great. What was the dog one? The dog one was Bronx.
Was it Bronx?
I think
Or
it
was
was-
Bronx one of the other
I
gargoyles?
don't remember.
I don't
'Cause I remember there was Hudson, which was like the older one that had a scar over his eye, and then there was Brooklyn, which was the red one.
Yeah, with the one where his wings were attached to his
Yeah,
body.
and then there was Lexington.
The little one.
Yeah, and then there was Bronx. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then Diana was the female.
Wait, I thought Bronx was a little kind of like husky one.
That's Hudson.
Okay,
you
then
think-
who's the
No,
old man?
no, you're right.
Yeah.
Broadway. The dog's name is Broadway. No, Broadway is the big husky one.
And then Bronx is the okay.
Yeah.
there
I
we
don't
go.
know. Wow, we got off on gargoyles.
At least you figured it out.
I forgot we were
got it,
podcasting
though.
for a second.
Nice.
I was like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. And one of the great things about that cartoon is it had Jason. I forget his name. Is William Riker from Star Trek. He was Xanatos, the main villain, and Diana Troy from Star Trek was Diana.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love Star
I
Trek.
noticed that like right away when I first started watching. I was like, where do I know that voice from?
Oh, see, I didn't start watching Star Trek until I was older, so I wouldn't have been able to put two and two.
Yeah, it was
Makes me a
it
little
was a
sad.
quick one for me.
Yeah.
I'm like that with voices though. Like I remember faces and voices before I remember names. My brain's just wired strange, but yeah.
I remember like incidents.
Yeah.
Like if there's something like an interaction or whatever I have with the person,
Yeah.
I then remember the person because I remember that.
Like, oh, we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a little bit weird, but like names and stuff, I'm so bad at that. That's why I love when at work we wear name tags.
I mean, that's one of the crazy things right now with everybody wearing a mask. Like, first time I'm seeing people's faces, I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that.
Oh,
Yeah, no, agreed.
I did that with Jesse yesterday. I was like, oh, because he had just shaved too. Because I had seen him without his mask, but he had a beard.
Yeah.
And then he had shaved yesterday, so I was like, oh shit, holy crap, don't scare me like that. Oh, it's because like you expect a certain look to somebody's face, and then all of a sudden you see their face. Because like you talk to somebody for enough time, you kind of like build a mental image of what they look like.
Especially if they've had a certain facial hair for a long time.
Yeah, he's always had
type
that
of
beard
thing,
since
yeah.
I've known him, and it's.
Yeah.
I think Carlton's face surprised me. I don't know why. And then Jennifer and I just figured out we had mutual friends in high school. Like Aaron Ahart. Remember Aaron Ahart?
I do.
He's doing. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about more cartoons. What's next? We
Chip and Dale.
Rescue
Chip
Rangers.
and Dale is my damn.
It's your damn
It
jam.
was your damn jam.
Chip and Dale
What
was
was-
my jam.
What was the girl mouse gadget or gidget or?
They were not mice. They were
Well, she was a mouse.
Chipmunks, right?
Yeah, they
chipmunks.
Were,
Yeah.
yeah, they were chipmunks, but there was Monty, which was like the big.
Monty, yeah.
And then her, I think her name was
Ooh.
Gidget or Gadget or something like that. She was a little mouse that like wore a jumpsuit and goggles on the top of her head. I think
Gina?
it,
No?
it starts with a G.
Yeah.
No idea.
Chip
Can't remember.
and Dale, Rescue Rangers.
They definitely made her hot, though.
The Chip and Dale, like I remember the original Chip and Dale on the old Looney Tunes.
Oh, the game, too. I remember that game.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
Was that on Nintendo?
It was in one of the old systems, for sure. I think it was Nintendo.
Rescue
game?
Rangers, man, Rescue Rangers. That was good times.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers game. You
I don't
that?
remember it.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
So what do we got next?
The Jetsons.
His boy Leroy,
Da, 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 da.
Dr. Judy, Jane, his wife.
I love the robot. Rosie was the best.
Rosie was awesome.
Like I liked it because she had the attitude. Like she
yeah.
would only take so much before she's just like, no, you know what, guys, I'm just gonna explode.
I always thought it was horrible that they put Astra on an outside treadmill. Like, what was the point of that? Like, why hang the dog outside like that?
Yeah, no,
Because
I
the
always
dog
thought that
stays
too, 'cause I was like-
outside. You know, they don't have the dog. It's an outside dog. That dog doesn't come inside.
One trip,
That's cool.
one
Let's
trip and
just
he
go
falls.
fall into space.
In space. Well, it's not.
Bet
like,
you
way
better be a
into-
well-trained dog on that treadmill, or else.
I do remember one time. I think it might even be in the opening of the cartoon where George Jetson gets stuck and zips around.
Yeah,
and
you really,
everybody-
yeah. That's the beginning of the cartoon. I remember from the Jetsons, they had this this makeup thing and like a hairstyle or
Yeah,
thing.
just go over
All
their
you-
head.
Yeah, all you do is just put it up to your face and then it's done.
Yeah.
I always thought that would eventually happen, but it has not. So we are supposed to be the time of the Jetsons, and we are so not.
We don't have flying cars either, which sucks.
No little houses in the sky.
And the only thing, if you think about that, the only reason they did that would be the Earth would be so polluted that they had to live really high up. Think about that for a second. Like they had to like.
Oh, see, I always thought of it as in a really fucked up way, the sense that all the people who just couldn't afford anything lived out on Earth, and the
Ah.
higher your pay grade went, the higher you got to go up.
What was George Jetson's boss's name? Spacely Sprocket.
Space.
Yeah.
Jetson.
They were so similar to that in the Flintstones.
Yeah, they really.
Well, they
And
did a crossover.
I was gonna say,
The
didn't they
New
do a
Age
crossover?
ones.
Yeah.
They did a crossover where the Flintstones like lived in the Jetsons' house and then
Yeah.
vice versa. That was good. That was Hanna-Barbera, I think.
Yeah.
Like Casper the Friendly Ghost and
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
yeah, and Bump in the Night. Remember Bump in the Night?
That's not the ones I think of when I think of Hanna-Barbera.
I think of what with the pink teddy bear, or not teddy bear, panther.
Pink Panther.
Pink
No,
Panther?
not Pink
Oh.
Panther, but he's on the one with Hanna-Barbera. And there's like a show where it had like all of
Snagglepuss?
Snagglepuss, exactly.
I think it's
Exit
the
stage
dog,
lefty.
right?
Damn.
Exactly.
Wasn't a dog Droopy? Was that?
Droopy dog.
They had El Kabong was part of that.
That was
Uh,
exit stage lefty Vin.
Because El Kabong was with the horse and the little one, I think, was a donkey.
Oh,
and he would hit people with his guitar.
Yeah, that was what was his actual like superhero name though? I don't
El
know.
Kabong.
It was Quick Draw. Quick Draw McGraw was the cartoon.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, I don't know Quick Draw. I don't know. It was super
Okay,
racist.
there you go. Yeah,
It
that
was-
is super racist.
it's
A
super
lot of
racist.
those old cartoons are.
I don't know Quick Draw. I like in the way like the old Looney Tune cartoons would portray Native Americans is cringeworthy if you watch it now. Like, like you know, like
Oh, look at Speedy Gonzales.
yeah. I always loved his cousin.
Slowpoke, yeah.
He was high. He was high as hell.
Yeah.
Hello, Speedy. I used to love him. Dude. Slowpoke McGurk. Or yeah.
I don't remember.
What about
Slowpoke. I thought it was Rodriguez.
You're right, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rodriguez.
And then there was Foghorn Leghorn.
Dude,
Oh,
I
yeah,
loved
yeah.
Foghorn. He was
Yeah.
super racist too.
Yeah,
he was so racist.
Old boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
I always loved how he tortured the fuck out of that dog.
Yeah.
And then the chicken hawk.
Yeah.
yeah.
The little tiny one with the chicken hog, right?
'Cause I'm a chicken hawk and you're a chicken. No, so we already talked about Looney Tunes. Keep going. I kept
Garfield.
Garfield, dude. Garfield was.
Odie. Yeah.
I always loved U.S. Acres on the Garfield cartoon. It was the one with like Orson the pig and.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about that
and,
one.
And Roy the rooster.
That was when they were minis, right?
No, it was just a side cartoon on Garfield.
Oh, okay.
And there was a character
I
named.
remember that. What's their little gray cat in it?
I think that's normal. You're
Yeah.
thinking normal, yeah. But there was this duck that couldn't swim, and he wore a swimming thingy, like a donut.
Oh yeah.
So he wore
the
that.
inflatable.
Yeah, and it had his face on the front of it, and it would mimic his face, whatever he did. It was weird.
Do not remember that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I do.
I don't remember
do.
Garfield that well, though.
I love
I never
Garfield.
really read the books or anything. Oh, speaking of little cartoons from back then, this is the comic book. What about Calvin and Hobbes?
Calvin and Hobbes, yeah.
I used to read those books. That was a huge part of my childhood.
Yeah, Calvin and Hobbes. They were like they almost crossed the borderline of being violent sometimes.
Yeah. I love the one where he takes the marker to his head because he cuts all his hair off.
Yeah.
And so he colors it in with a marker, and I think it was like a highlighter.
Yeah. I think the best one of those was The Far Side.
Yeah.
The Far Side was so great. Like I remember these deer have these people hung upside down, and they're talking about like a good season, and then the next scene it's a deer with a target on its chest says "Bummer birthmark Hal."
See, I like all those little jokes like that. But,
Yeah.
So sue me.
Far Side was great. So what do we got next?
We have She-Ra, but I think we
She-Ra.
already
Yeah, we
kind of
already
covered
talked about
She-Ra.
that,
I didn't sing the song like
Rugrats.
that. Rugrats.
yeah, all those '90s little Nickelodeon shows
Doug
were cool.
and
Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy.
Dude, I loved Ren and Stimpy.
You like how you go from Doug to Ren and Stimpy. Those
Well,
two
they
could
all
not
kinda
be
came
the
out at the
total.
same
I know,
time,
but I'm
though,
saying
yeah,
those two
that's
could
why.
not be any opposite.
Would Hey Arnold fit into that?
Yeah.
Hey Arnold was like after that, but
Yeah.
it was good. Yeah.
I used to watch that a lot. Doug was one I kind of watched sparsely. I just remember Quail Man.
Yeah.
And their favorite band was The Beats or something like
The
that.
Beats,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Patty mayonnaise.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Killer Tofu, right?
Ooh-wee-oo. How do I remember all this shit? Like I can't remember.
Skeeter.
Skeeter,
Yeah,
yeah.
Did she
his
say
little
that?
brother who was just so obnoxious.
What was the dog's name? Lamb Chop or Pork Chop?
Pork chop.
Pork chop.
Yeah.
I-
What was the bully's name?
That was Roger.
Roger. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so. Yeah, I guess I did watch
That's
a
good
lot
stuff.
of Doug.
Doug was good. Yeah.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Remember, my mom didn't really like that one because they burped and farted in it.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
my
no.
mom was just like, they shouldn't have that in cartoons. Yet we watched
How
Ren
awful.
and Stimpy. And Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead had a lot of farting
Yeah.
and burping.
Being a werewolf hurts my bones. That's from the newer episodes.
The next one we have is Muppet Babies.
Muppet Babies. Yep. I always loved that one. Actually, I watched that one a lot. I mean,
I remember
It was
watching
on
that
a
one
lot. I just
That's
remember
true.
that was when we were getting ready for school. That was on
Yeah.
a lot, or
Yeah.
maybe I feel like it was on after school started, so I only saw it when I stayed home.
yeah, I remember watching a lot of Muppet Babies, and like they made a lot of characters a little different. You know, like
Fozzie Bear.
yeah, and like Beaker and Bunsen.
Yep.
Yeah, like me.
I always felt so bad for him. I'm
Gon-
like, dude, could you guys you can kind of understand what he's saying, but you're just totally ignoring.
Well, it's an
it.
obvious mental defect.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ask me, it's not. All I can do, Bunsen understands what he's saying. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I was like Gonzo. He was the blue one with the crazy nose.
With the nose, yeah.
Gonzo, and he turned out to be an alien.
Really?
Yeah. In the,
See, I could. You know what's weird is I could watch the cartoon, but I couldn't watch the show.
oh, really?
Yeah, no, because
The Muppet
Muppets
Show
are
was
just
great.
creepy.
The Muppet Show was totally great.
And what about Care Bears?
Care Bear Stare. I don't
Care Bear
remember the
Stare.
theme song though. I remember there was like a bad Care Bear that had a. Maybe I
And
just.
there's like a storm
Yeah,
on it, and
yeah.
it was like a
It was
rain
dark, right?
cloud.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and he was like gray.
Yeah.
The Care
um,
Bear Stare.
Yeah,
That was I watched.
I had
a
the
lot of
little
Care
cloud
Bears.
car that they had, so we had the little figurines or action figures.
I had the stuffed animal too.
I had the green
Yeah, we
one
did
with
too.
the little 4-leaf clover on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Care Bears. And
I had the one with the rainbow. That was red, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glowworms was about the same time. It was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You remember Glowworms?
Yes, I had one of those.
Teddy Ruxpin. And all that.
Teddy.
Oh, what was the other one? The kid. It's like the little supposed to be like little mini you, doll. Oh, what
My
was it?
buddy.
My buddy, yeah,
My
my
buddy
buddy,
and me.
my buddy,
My
my buddy and me.
The creepy thing is that came out around the same time as Child's Play.
That is
Yeah,
so
yeah.
true. I had this doll called Baby Talk, and that thing was creepy. My mom gave it to me the Christmas right after my sister made me watch Child's Play.
Oh no!
So that thing just sat in the closet. I could not look at that doll.
Toys can be creepy.
Yeah.
Toys can be real creepy. I remember. I'm not gonna be able to stop thinking about that. My buddy, and then there was Kid
Kid
Sister.
Sister,
Yeah.
yep.
Kid
Yep.
Sister.
Kid sister and me.
Dude, the '80s commercials were the best.
They were very memorable.
They put in a lot more effort in the
I
'80s.
still remember the one, and still comes out every Christmas. The one where it's with the little hexagon things that you flick at each other. Shoot, I had the theme song and now it's gone.
It's just like Battle Something. I know what you're talking about. Crossfire.
Crossfire, yes,
Yeah.
Crossfire.
yeah.
Crossfire.
That game was so much fun.
I never actually played the game. I just remember always seeing the commercial.
My cousin had it every time and I always loved the commercials. So every time I went to his house, I was like, "Can we play Crossfire?" It was a lot of fun because you just literally just shoot marbles at those little discs and just try to. And you have to, yeah.
It's kind of like an upgraded version of Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good stuff too.
hungry, hippos.
That game too.
That was good stuff.
Yeah, agreed.
Whenever I played that, I always just slapped the fuck.
Yeah.
I think that's like the majority of 80s games was basically just had to with the what is it, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah.
It's just whoever pushed it the
cheesing
hardest
faster,
and just
yeah.
went faster was the one who won. Had no skill, no nothing.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That was good times too. Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Remember Trouble?
Trouble.
Trouble,
I
yeah.
loved that game.
That Sorry. I played Sorry a lot.
Yeah.
Probably a different podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that should be a different
Keep
podcast.
going.
So Heathcliff.
Heathcliff, no one should terrorize the neighborhood.
I remember seeing it. My dad actually took me to see the movie when it came out. I give him credit, man. I can't imagine
Heathcliff
going to that movie.
Heathcliff is like Garfield if he was born in Jersey.
Yeah, totally.
He's got that one snaggle tooth, and,
Yeah.
and he lives in the junkyard. And he's like got a gang and shit. Heathcliff would literally he's like if Garfield just went down the wrong path.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Brothers. The one was like, I'm just gonna go be a fat cat,
Yeah.
and this one's like, nah, man, I'm gonna go terrorize the neighborhood.
Heathcliff was awesome. I'm trying to remember the other characters' names, but I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
man.
remember. Yeah, that has been years since I've watched
Crickets.
that show. Yeah, exactly.
So what's next?
Snorks.
Come
Sing
along with the Snorks. Sing along with the Snorks. That was the best. They were basically like the Smurfs underwater.
They had
Yeah,
a
they were.
cereal, and it was so good. But that's because it had
It's
so
so
much
good.
sugar in it, and they don't do that
That's how
anymore.
you gotta sell it.
Hey, it worked for me.
That was 80s. That was
Yeah,
the
you
80s.
could do it back then.
Oh, dude, everything we ate back in the 80s was probably so horrible for us. That's probably like this whole generation is like, I have so many problems.
That's why my joints hurt, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Too much sugar.
Too much sugar when I was younger made my joints swell, and now I'm fat, and yeah, it's all sugar's fault. Go ahead.
Yogi Bear.
Dude, I don't remember the Yogi Bear theme song. I
Oh,
literally
yeah.
don't.
There is a slot machine at the casino that totally just bought off Yogi Bear. Like
Really?
it has like the ranger and everything, and it's like one that you can interact with. It has like a little game with it,
Oh, that's cool.
and it's literally him trying to escape the forest
Yellowstone.
after stealing stuff from the park.
picnic
Picnic
baskets.
baskets,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I'm
Hey,
like, that
woo-hoo.
is so Yogi Bear, but some reason it's not.
Let's get us some picnic baskets. Hey,
I loved that show. Boo Boo was my favorite.
hey,
though.
boo boo. Yeah.
I like Boo Boo.
I don't know, Yogi.
I like Eeyore too. What is this saying about my childhood?
Thanks for noticing me. Yeah. I guess I do have a lot of impressions, don't I? That's funny. I never really noticed that until now. So what's the next one?
Ren and Stimpy. That
Did
was
we
like
say
my
that one? I think we mentioned that.
yeah.
one,
That was my staple though.
Ren and
That was
Stimpy.
I
good stuff,
love
though.
that.
Yeah.
You
show.
idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then one of my favorite ones was when they rip all his teeth out and he's like, "Was it time for my mush?" Because he had all these stinky gum holes.
Powdered Toast Man.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
Powdered Toast Man.
Why did Powder Toast Man always fly backwards?
Why did he have to fart in order to take off?
And he did it backwards too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Powder
Why
Toast
did the
Man.
horse sell nipples for bottles? That then they show the people using them to make hickeys.
Yeah.
Like that show just does not make sense.
It's log, it's log,
Yeah,
it's big and beautiful, it's
log.
wood. It's log, it's log, it's better than bad, it's good.
And everybody wants a
fuck,
log.
that's so
good.
Get a log. Log,
Log. Oh my god.
Or don't whiz on the electric fence.
Yeah.
That's a messed up episode, actually. I went back
Every
and
episode
watched
of Ren
it.
and
Yeah.
Stimpy was messed up.
I watched that as an adult and was kind of like, well, this explains a lot.
It's so different as an adult.
No, I'm saying like
Yeah.
there's so much stuff that like happens in just reactions and stuff that's so over the top. I'm like, dude, no wonder I'm the way I am. I watch this cartoon and I like used to just watch the crap out of it because
Yeah.
that sometimes on Nickelodeon they just play the same cartoon over and over again. Yeah.
That was that time though.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
That was back when you had to
didn't
have
need
someone
that,
else
obviously.
hold the, silver thing to the TV so that way you could watch it.
I put one hand over the other, stand on
Yeah,
one leg.
put some tin foil over it. Antenna, there we go.
And rabbit ears.
And Dexter's Laboratory.
See, that's the one I didn't see much.
Yeah, I didn't get
Oh,
into that one.
I love Dexter's Laboratory. That one was great. His sister was obnoxious, but I guess it's because he was smart.
What was the
And that's
sister's
what made him
name?
great.
It was like Debbie or...
No,
I have seen episodes where he's like yelling at her. Dee Dee.
Dee Dee. There you go. Yeah, she's like the little pretty pink princess girl, and he's just so into science, and she just messes everything up. I feel for him, man.
And that was a very interesting era of cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Johnny
we got
Bravo.
Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff Girls. Mm-hmm. All kinds of weird shit. Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
All kinds of random shit.
Captain Planet.
'Cause he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. Captain Planet was awesome. I had that. I had all those action figures. And like,
I think we only had Captain Planet which was weird because he didn't go with like anything else when you play with them. It would just be kind of that random thing where like if you're the friend who came over, you're like, you can be Captain Planet.
Right, yeah. We're going to play G.I. Joe, but you can be Captain Planet.
Right. Because I like all these and you're kind of new, so you get the kind of not cool toys.
I used to have so many action figures, like the Captain Planet ones I had. It was like you get all the Planeteers, and they came with their own ring. They came with like it was like a little, just a little ring that had like their symbol on it for their character, just big enough for a kid to wear. It was cool. I had them all.
Nice.
Yeah, because we're the Planeteers, and we know what to do. Because saving the planet is the thing to do.
Didn't remember that.
Looting and polluting is not the way. Hear what Captain Planet has to say.
They had to add some rap just to
Yeah,
get the extra audience.
That was the that was the end of the show. That was like, well, they edit the credits for it rolling.
Oh my gosh.
So what's next?
We already kind of covered Rocky and Bullwinkle, so we'll just leave that one.
We're still waiting.
No,
We're
we
still waiting.
won't. We're waiting for
I'm
an
trying
impression.
to think of, I need a phrase. I just don't know if any phrase from Bullwinkle. That's the thing, is I just can't think of anything. Okay, so we totally paused and cheated because I had no idea what Bullwinkle sounded like. So I watched the YouTube video, and so all I've got is presto.
You didn't even have to tell him that.
What's that?
I said you didn't even have to tell him.
They have to see behind the magic because of the way that stopped. It didn't sound very organic. Because they were like, oh my God, they went away for a second. And here he goes, presto. Yeah, so where were we at?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
I watched that a lot.
That was on PBS.
My dad used to watch that with me and say, remember the acapella group? Remember the acapella group that would sing like, where in the world?
Oh, yeah. yeah.
My dad, every time that show would come on and he'd be there, be like, that guy's a fucking jerk. I don't know why my dad just didn't like that guy's face. That guy's a fucking jerk.
I just remember watching it and my sister being so good at everything that was
All the questions.
on all the questions.
She didn't even like that show.
No, she loved the show.
No, I meant you.
No, I didn't really like the show because I was just like, why am I watching all this stuff that's making me learn? Like, I already went to school all day. This ain't cool, man. Where's my cartoons? And she's like, yeah. Look, I'm going to show you where all these continents go, or states, or whatever it was.
Right.
At the end, they had you put together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always
No.
loved Bill Nye the Science Guy, though. Bill Nye.
Oh, I loved Bill Nye.
yeah.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill,
Bill.
Inertia is a property of matter. Sorry. I'm totally breaking a big faux pas by eating a cookie while we're recording. But the cookies are so good, guys. They're sugar cookies.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just okay, they're gone. So what's the next one?
What's Wishbone?
Oh, Wishbone. That was a cartoon where this
remember
dog would
Wishbone,
talk. He was a little. He was like a little terrier, and he would tell a story, and he would like Sherlock Holmes.
They would like travel to, right?
Yeah. And he would this little dog would play the main character, and it was like real people with this dog, and they would like the dog Wishbone would dress up as Sherlock Holmes, and everybody would be like, okay, that's Sherlock Holmes. It's the dog, but it's Sherlock Holmes.
Oh my god.
But it was fun, and he would talk to everybody, and Wishbone was cool. I don't remember the theme song for Wishbone, but that was a good one. You never got to see that?
No, I don't remember that at all.
That was a PBS show.
It was another learning show, yeah, that's why.
Oh, yeah, well, there we go. I kind of tried to avoid those. Not that I'm stupid and don't
No.
like to learn. I like to learn on my own. Choose what I want to learn.
Wishbone was fun, though.
This might be why I have trouble in class. Anyway, Rainbow Bright.
See, that's one I remember, but I never really saw.
Oh, I loved Rainbow Bright.
I remember the action, not action figures, the dolls that my cousins had.
Yeah, my sister had Rainbow Bright. She had a Rainbow Bright towel, and I remember we went to the pool.
I remember
and
seeing
someone
stuff like that.
stole it, and she was just like devastated.
That's dirty pool. You don't do that to a little kid.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who stole, whether it was an adult or another kid or whatever, but she was just like for weeks. My towel.
That's fucked up. It was either somebody that really needed a towel or some kid that just wanted it.
Yeah, exactly. I want this. It's mine now.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
What about Popples?
I remember Popples.
I had a popple.
I did too.
I had the little football. I think it was a football monkey.
Mine was just green. It was he was just a green ball, and then when you fold him out, he was like this weird looking popple.
Yeah, mine was brown, but when he folded out, he had green and orange hair.
Gross. Why is that coming to me?
Why are you waving that over this way?
That is
I'm gonna wave it
rude.
back.
So yeah, cool Popples.
Yeah, so Rainbow Bright and her unicorn running down the rainbow. That's
Yeah, I
about all.
remember that, and like I always think of Sailor Moon when I think of Rainbow Bright for some reason.
Sailor Moon's another one. That was part of our era too. The comic books, honestly, are better than the cartoon.
I believe it.
The comic books were written by a woman and drawn by a woman.
Nice.
And so it takes a different take on it because when it was sold to be a cartoon, it was then animated by a male.
Ah.
And that's why it's kind of like the female version is a little bit more serious and kind of reflects more of how like people actually interact, whereas the cartoon is more cartoony.
Yeah, anime.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
is definitely anime. It's good, but it's just the two are totally different from each other, but both equally good.
I just remember there's a character in it named Tuxedo Mask.
Yeah, Tuxedo Mask. Yeah, that was Sailor Moon's dude.
Yeah, he wore a tuxedo and a mask.
Then I believe Rini was their daughter, but yet she came back to their time. I don't know.
That one I only know. I don't know how I know anything about Sailor Moon.
It was on Cartoon Network
Oh, okay.
during was it Toonami during the middle of the day?
Toonami's.
Because you
Toonami's
watched
awesome.
a lot of Dragon Ball Z, right?
Oh hell yeah!
It was on kind of in that section.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is one of my all-time favorites.
Vegeta, I loved Vegeta.
Vegeta's
I loved how
awesome.
he was like the bad guy.
He's the
And
prince
then
of
he-
all Saiyans.
And then he becomes part of their
That was
like,
actually a good
posse.
impression. If I have to say something. Yeah,
True.
sorry, I didn't mean.
Oh no, you know what I'm saying? Like at the beginning, he's like this bad, villain that's
He's trying to
like
kill.
Yeah, and then later on, he becomes part of their like little crew.
They call them
and-
the Z Fighters, I think, is their nickname for their group.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and that,
It's been a while.
I always loved the rivalry between him and Goku. It's
Yeah.
like who's the strongest, and Goku goes Super Saiyan first, and then there's,
Yeah. It's just it's super It's almost like but they're not brothers, right?
No, they're from the same
almost
planet.
like
but-
it's almost like they're brothers,
Yeah.
even though they're not.
yeah, they're from the same planet, but
Yeah.
they're Saiyans.
Super Saiyan.
I always love that because it's always like ah.
And I always like thought of that like when I get mad. So when I
Yeah.
get mad, I'm just like, oh, and you
It's
like
over
think about yourself
9,000.
amping up. And
Yeah.
like, how great would it be if you just got mad one day, you turn into a Super
Right.
Saiyan, and just be like, oh shit, I've been waiting for this for years.
Just the louder you scream, like the stronger you get.
Yeah, exactly. Start blowing holes through your wall.
So what do we got next?
We have Strawberry Shortcake from
That
the
one I
same
never
era.
saw either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was more of
Wasn't
kind of
really
like a
my
little
jam.
girls cartoon
Yeah.
with
Yeah, I remember the
My
animation.
Little Pony.
I remember the animation for Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh, I love Strawberry Shortcake because the little action figures smelled like what they
That's
were. So
right,
they
yeah.
smell like peach or strawberry or grape.
I do remember that now.
Yeah.
They were
And
on
it was the Pie Man, the purple Pie Man, that was the bad guy. That
the
they had to,
Pie Man.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've seen at least one episode of Strawberry Shortcake.
yeah.
Like probably that, and I probably watched that and like the Smurfs or something.
Yeah, the Smurfs, that's a good one.
Yeah. The Smurfs had an iconic theme song, but I can't remember it.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Huh.
There you go, yeah,
Yeah.
And Gargamel.
Gargamel.
That was the bad guy in
Gargamel.
Smurfs.
What was her name? What was the girl?
Girl.
The girl Smurf. Smurfette. Oh, yeah, I
Smurfette.
guess that's right. Yeah.
You know why all the Smurfs are blue?
I-
Smurfette's the only girl. All right, what's the next one?
Johnny Quest.
Johnny Quest
Johnny
is so
Quest was
good.
so great. They did a couple of reiterations in the late '90s. They weren't as good. Like the late '70s, early '80s cartoons were. The
Oh
best.
yeah, those were awesome.
And then there's the Venture Brothers, too,
Venture
right?
Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the Venture Brothers. That's obviously more adult, but
Yeah.
so hilarious.
So good.
I love Patrick Warburton. He plays Brock Sampson.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a Joe and Family Guy. He was
Yeah.
the live action Tick.
He's
The
got
Tick
that
was your
iconic
dude. I
voice.
know you. The Tick
Dude,
was
I
your
love-
jam.
Dude, Amazon has a new series on the Tick's live action. New actors and everything is great.
Nice.
Spoon. That's another 90s cartoon that was the best, man. I love.
I'm surprised that wasn't on your list, actually. Yeah,
either.
because that was one of your favorite. I remember.
Yeah,
that
one of my favorite episodes is called "The Tick versus Time," and him and him and Arthur get sucked back in time, and they're like they're like just in the Stone Age, and it's been like months go by, and they're like they're running because they see a robot flying overhead, and like Tick's running and looking up, and he falls into a canyon, and he goes, "Oh, sneaky hole." And he looks up, and there's like a robot fighting there's literally a robot fighting a bear. He's like, the wonders of nature, the bear fighting its natural enemy, the robots. And everything,
Classic.
So ironic.
yeah, and everything like works out, and they get back in time, and they've only been gone for 6 minutes instead of 6 months. It's like, wow, chum, we've been gone and been lost in time for 6 months, and blah 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 blah. How does time work? Never mind.
On to the next episode.
Yeah. There's nothing that ever like influenced the episode after.
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yep.
So what else have we got on
What
the
else?
list?
Bobby's World.
I loved Bobby's World.
I didn't really watch Bobby's World.
Don't you know?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just didn't really like Bobby's World.
It was just for me. It was like on the perfect time slot. And
Yeah, it was on.
I watched it all the time.
It actually came on pretty much right when I was coming home from school. So either I caught like the last little bit of it,
okay.
or I missed it. And usually I was upset because I'm like, man, I want to like watch Tiny Toons and it's not on yet.
Bobby's World was funny.
It was.
And then there was the Beetlejuice cartoon that was awesome.
Oh, I love that cartoon. I loved the Game Boy game.
Yeah,
It was a great game.
That one had a really good theme song too. I'm drawing a blank on that one. So what's next? Do we have anything left on the list, actually?
Angry Beavers.
That one, I've only seen a handful of episodes.
Oh, I like that show. It was so funny.
I know the premise is like they live in a dam together or something like that.
Yeah. And
Are they brothers?
I believe they're brothers.
Right on. Yeah, that's one. I've only seen that one a handful of times.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Kinda. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. I
that
watched
was-
a couple episodes of it, but I never
Had
watched
the Grim
it.
Reaper that was with them and everything.
Yeah.
That was like I would watch those ones together because they were on that same time block at the time that they were like airing new episodes. But yeah, that was a good one. But Billy and Mandy was fun because their Grim Reaper was Jamaican.
Nice. Nice. We have Real Monsters.
That was a great one.
I loved that show.
Ickis.
Yes.
And then Lisa or Mona Lisa or Mona, the tapeworm.
What was she? I don't even remember. I loved the professor, the teacher.
Yeah.
With like his high heels.
And
That was just so ridiculous, but it was great.
it was almost a dark cartoon. It was almost dark, like just dark.
That's
enough.
why I liked it. It was different.
And then there was Crumb, the one that held.
Yeah. I remember there was one episode where like its oil tanker was leaking oil all over the place, and so he like kind of pops up out of the water. And he's like, and he drinks all the oil, and everyone's like, "Yay!"
Yeah, that was a good one. Real Monsters. I remember getting a bunch of the McDonald's toys for that one.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the female was Mona or something like that.
It might have been. I don't really remember. I'm so bad at this stuff. Like I remember the cartoons and I remember like the episodes, but like some of the stuff, just flies away out of your brain. This one's an old school one, but it did come on when we were watching cartoons when we were kids. But Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse, yeah.
Yeah.
Here I come to save the day. Mighty Mouse is on the way. And it was like I always loved Mighty Mouse because like the special effects, or not special effects, the sound effects are always so dramatic.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
When they like the music be like, dun, 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 and he'd fight.
It was so 1920s.
Yeah, and he'd punch somebody, be all bang, like bang, like super dramatic and shit. Mighty Mouse was fun.
I liked Mighty Mouse.
I don't remember any of his like villains though, like his like reoccurring villains. I don't remember any of those.
I didn't watch it enough to really know.
And here I come to save the day.
I like watching it, but I don't really remember it that much, just because I watched so many other cartoons more religiously.
Mighty Mouse is good stuff.
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost. Yeah, Space Ghost was that before it became Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah, which is what made Space Ghost Coast to Coast so funny, is because
Yeah.
they would go back to the original cartoon.
Because Space Ghost was a legit DC character. Mm-hmm. Like he's a badass. So then it turned
He
into
really is, but then they turned him into such a dub.
yeah.
And then Space Ghost Coast to Coast. It's pretty funny.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast is great though.
Yes. I love Brack.
Yeah.
Brack is so ridiculous.
Did you make me a bologna sandwich? Have you ever seen Coast to Coast?
Oh yeah.
Zoltar.
Yeah.
Moltar.
Moltar, yeah.
Moltar
He's the one
and
that talks all
Zorak.
dark.
There we go.
Yeah.
Not Zoltar. Zorak and Moltar.
Yeah, Zorak. Did you make me a bologna sandwich? It's just so funny. Like some of the funniest phrases. Like I'm like drawing a blank now, but I just love how random he is. And that was on Cartoon Network for a long time.
Yeah, it was. But it wasn't on until like 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's because they cussed and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember there was an episode on that had, because they used to have the celebrities on it, and one had Ben Stiller on it, and that one was
That's
pretty
right.
funny. Yeah.
Seth Green did it too.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
Seth
he
Green
did.
being on it. So do we have another one?
No, our
Wow.
list has been covered.
Wow, we talked a lot about cartoons.
Yes, we did.
So what else were we gonna do? We were gonna do
Oh,
some.
wait, one more. Super Mario Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cartoon. Yeah.
It was so
Yeah.
bad.
It was not a good one.
Oh, and in the live action Mario was Lou Albano, so he was the wrestler. Because you remember the Super Mario Brothers cartoon would start off and they'd be like the live action Mario and Luigi.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Lou Albano was Mario.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Captain Lou Albano. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm full of stupid knowledge like that.
So stupid knowledge. All knowledge is good.
So were we gonna like do some trivia?
Top 5.
Ah.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh,
See,
crappy.
that's easy
Yeah,
for
she
me.
wasn't paying attention.
I-
Just like
I
it's no
forgot.
particular order.
It's like I would have to go Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, Animaniacs, old school Looney Tunes, and then probably Batman the Animated Series in no particular order.
I would say.
Do you mind if I take one more?
Yeah, no problem. Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, I forgot about Spider-Man and Superman.
I was just gonna say the X-Men. Definitely X-Men. Powerpuff Girls.
Nice.
I always liked Powerpuff
Sugar
Girls.
and spice and everything nice.
Yep. So I'm at 3. Poop. I'm gonna go with Johnny Quest as
Johnny
one of them
Quest was
too.
good. Johnny
I
Quest.
watched a lot of Johnny Quest and just that's a great show. And then She-Ra. Gotta end with She-Ra. Yeah.
Nice. What about you?
Yeah, I'll go Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, Tailspin,
Tailspin.
G.I. Joe, and I was about Chip and Dale.
Chippendale.
See, it's
Yeah.
so hard to pick top 5
Yeah, it's
though,
really
because
tough,
like you guys
yeah.
are saying, but I'm like, oh, I like that one too.
Well, it's impossible to pick your. Like there was just we talked at least about like 30 different ones.
Oh, probably
Oh,
more than
easily,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to pick your favorite. When it comes, like we rambled a lot tonight, but that's one of my favorite.
Johnny
like, when we get-
Bravo, that was another one of your favorites. I
Oh,
can't
I
believe you
love
didn't
Johnny
say that
Bravo.
one too.
Yeah,
I
Johnny
forgot
Bravo.
about that one.
We didn't even say Ed, Ed and Eddie either.
Yeah.
And,
That's
uh,
another one. Yeah, we could keep going on and on and
yeah,
on.
one of my favorites about these types of episodes is like there was no research, no nothing. We just sat down and started talking.
Yep.
Like we had an idea of what we were gonna do. So yeah, we got one other thing we're gonna do. We're gonna do some theme song trivia because we realized earlier that I'm like an expert in cartoon theme songs somehow. I never knew that was a talent that I had. So you're gonna play 4 of them for me?
Yeah, we'll try 4 here. Let's see how quick. The first one's easy here. Let's see what we got here.
What the hell? It's Chippendale Rescue Rangers, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Chippendale. See, that one took me a second. No place
I
too
knew
small.
it, but it wasn't until they said the 2 gumshoes. I was like, oh, Chip and Dale.
Rescue
Number
Rangers.
2.
Okay, ready? Tailspin.
Yeah. You didn't remember how it went, but
I
you,
just heard
you
it.
remembered
Boom,
it
boom,
as soon as
boom.
you heard it. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. I always loved it because there's King Louis singing that. Mm-hmm. Tailspin. The characters on that show were so great.
It was a good show.
What was the name of the airplane? Like the something duck? Or the airplane had a name. It had a name.
The
I don't
duck
remember.
one? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
We'll look it up.
All right, number 3. I think.
Huh. Huh.
I know.
Johnny Quest?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. I heard it. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. The Venture Brothers has a pretty similar theme song too.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But everything from Venture Brothers is a straight.
It's supposed to be.
a straight copy of Johnny Quest.
I love when they find the clones of themselves.
Yeah.
All right, here's number 4.
Thundercats.
What the heck? You put one that has the name in the title.
Thundercats.
Well, I didn't think about that.
Thundercats are on the loose.
But that's a good one. You got to hear that one if we're doing it.
I think it's Thundercats are on the loose or something like that. Thundercats.
Thundercats. Sword of Omen. Give me sight beyond sight.
Well, I think we had fun talking about 90s Saturday morning cartoons, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. If you guys could, just give us a rating on iTunes. That really helps us out a lot.
You can also hear us on things such as
Spotify, Stitcher.
Podbean.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere. That's the great
Anywhere
thing.
you listen to your podcast, you can pretty much hear us.
Yeah, and most of the time it goes to YouTube. But the thing is I found out when we use a lot of like YouTube clips, that's when they take us off by YouTube.
This one may not be on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. So just find us on any podcatcher that you have, and thanks again, guys. See you later.
Take
Bye.
it easy.